Trump was at it again last night on a town hall on ABC News. Enemy territory, no doubt. George Stephanopoulos, the host of the ABC town hall. He's one of the capo regime in the Clinton cartel. He's in the mid-level management. He's probably not an assassin or a murderer, but he's up there. And he's a right-hand man. He was the communications director for Bill Clinton, and now he's just a Clinton mouthpiece who works for ABC News. Trump got on there, and of course, Stephanopoulos had to get him into a debate about General Mattis. General Mattis has said some not-so-nice things about the president. The president has fired back with some professional but not-so-nice things back. And here's what happened on the town hall last night.
I said I'm getting to a broader point.
Because I never said
with the generals. General Mattis said you're a divider, you're not trying to unite the country. General Kelly said he agreed with that. John Bolton, who was your national security advisor, said you are a danger to the country. The people in these top military positions who serve most closely with you have said you're unfit for office. How do you respond to that?
These are people that I let go. These are disgruntled former employees, to put it in a nice way, with a term people would understand. Mattis was a highly overrated general, didn't do the job, didn't do good on ISIS. I took over 100% of the ISIS caliphate. I had the people that I wanted in. Mattis was fired, as you know, by President Obama, and I fired him also.
He says he resigned.
He didn't resign. I said, give me a letter. No more. Give me a letter. I was being nice. One of the problems when you're nice, oftentimes it comes back to hit you. I said, Jim, give me a letter. It's time for you to move on. He gave me a letter, but I fired him. That's called, I fired him. Now, General Mattis didn't do the job. I wasn't happy with him. If you look at John Bolton, all he wanted to do is blow people up. He wanted to go to war with everybody. And frankly, I used him very nicely. I bring him into a room in a negotiation. When people saw them, they said, oh, wow, he's going to go to war. I'm bringing our troops back from Afghanistan. I'm bringing our troops back from Iraq. We're almost out of almost every place. You know, everybody said, because of my personality, they said he'll be in a war immediately. Look at North Korea, how that's worked out. We haven't, the sanctions are on, everything's the same. We haven't spent anything. We're getting along with them. I get along with Kim Jong-un. That was supposed to be a war.
General Mattis, you're fired. I mean, I'm sure that's an easy thing for him to do, being that, you know, he got famous on one of the #1 reality shows of all time, The Apprentice, and his key line was, General Mattis, you're fired. But no, look, it's not great. Usually with these big positions, I've been in big positions in life where they've figured out that we're at a crossroads and one person's got to go. The minds don't act together. The thought processes, they're all great people, but it just don't work anymore. And somebody with the credibility of a U.S. general who's, you know, demonstrated valor and bravery and leadership for many, many years for our country, you say, hey, listen, we had enough. I'm going to give you an opportunity to resign. And that's what you should do with a lot of people in life, rather than go around the boardroom saying that you fired him. But then when they want to press him, like, you know, he says he quit. No, he didn't quit. I basically fired him by asking him to resign. And I think at least he says it like it is. And I don't think he disrespected him other than to say, we didn't think the same anymore. We weren't on the same page. I'm the commander-in-chief. Let's part ways. Why don't you give me a letter of resignation? And that's pretty much the way it goes down in American business. You know, crazy things going on down in Lancaster, PA. Now, for years and years, myself and many like me have brought our families to sleepy old Lancaster, PA, to go to Hershey Park. It's a nice little amusement park. They have the Hershey factory there. There's candies all over the place. I don't know if there's any Hershey's in here, but I'm loaded with candy today. But Lancaster, PA has now become one of these hot spots for rioting. And at least in Pennsylvania or in Lancaster, okay, the DA, unlike the DA here in New York, Manhattan DA Cyrus Vance, who was captured by the left, judge throws the book at 13 alleged Lancaster rioters, sets $1 million bail, $1 million for 7 people. after they tried to storm a police precinct. So, and you know, you figure it out. More and more you see there's 2 white kids, 2 black kids. So it's across all races, but this whole Black Lives Matter Antifa movement has really, or at least seemingly, affected the minds of young America across all races, and it's getting scary. At least there's a judge out there who, instead of throwing a bag of Hershey Kisses at them in Lancaster, he threw the book at them and wants $1 million a piece to get them let out of jail, which is nice, if you ask me. Tom gave me some. Hold on, your phone locked. No, I'm not Tom. The phone just started laughing at me. It said Face ID. I thought it would open it, but no. Down in Philly, where Erin Elmore is, we just had Erin Elmore on. She's the executive director of USA Strong, newly appointed contributor to Turning Point USA Live, a new streaming platform out there. But she's down in Philly, and in Philly, the natives are getting restless as well. Take a look at this.
Tired of hearing the truth, and you tired of hearing the truth. Just do up, enjoy your privilege, man.
You got to hear the truth. So, hey, listen, even if you're out there in a place where they're allowing outdoor dining, if it's in a blue city, be very careful, because the looters and rioters are allowed to come right up to your tables and harass and demean you, your family, and your friends. The cops are there. They can't do much about it unless somebody throws a punch, but then it's too late, you know. Right here in New York City, what is that, the crime? Those are the ratings numbers, Tom? Okay. Let's get over to football, a little sports. A little later on today, after Liquid Lunch, we're going to have a very special treat for any of you on Facebook who want to stay tuned and hear about some sports. Our new intern, Mike Fiumfredo, is going to be on at 2 o'clock today talking about all about sports on Coast to Coast, a little podcast he's going to start doing. We're going to start developing some youthful, new, creative content for you if you want to stay tuned to it. But talking about football, the NFL, I'm disgusted with them. Most people are. There's a hodgepodge of different things. Some teams are staying in the locker room. Others are coming out. Half of them are kneeling. Others, all of them are standing. It's really a disgrace that the commission doesn't do anything. The main games viewing on opening night down 7%. The Sunday night game, the big game, the NBC game of the week, prime time, down 15%. That's a trend I hope keeps continuing. And one trend that continues is very often, or at least every week, Teisha Powell, nationally recognized legal analyst and author of Trump Must Win, joins us. And we're going to have her right after this.